Is UX design easy money? Bro, but let's talk about it. A lot of people literally think, hey, you know what? UX design, just easy money. I can just get into this field and easily just get some job.
Yeah.
I just don't have to do anything. All I have to do is just drawing on the screens only. That's it. Nothing. Simply I will do some drawing and I'll get paid. Right?
4 rectangles, 3 circles.
Yep. So let's talk about it. First of all, what's the truth about why do many people just literally get instinctively think that, hey, you know what, I have tried this kind of a career, that kind of a career. But you know what? I think the easiest route, which is there over there, is just UX design. I think people just immediately come to this conclusion.
Yeah, actually, saying that
Huh.
you don't have to code. Like coding is like a biggest mental block for
Actually, you know what? You should come from your own example. Right? Because even
It's raining and we are.
you should tell your own example, Charan. Like you have tried multiple stints before coming here.
Yes.
Okay. What did you actually think and all?
I can do coding as well. Like
You're a software tester, right?
Yeah, I was a software tester. I was an automation tester. I should have to write code as well to test the systems and all.
Correct.
Like it's not fulfilling to me. Like
Correct.
what I'm doing, it's like just repetitive task doing and again, and I don't have to put in a lot of thought into it because at starting you have to put in a lot of thought. But once that happens, I don't think so. You just doing. I just feel like doing repetitive tasks again and again.
Correct. So,
huh.
many people, this is a trigger point. Forget.
To the car and start.
This message has to reach, whether it is rain or not. This message has to land. Okay. Yeah, that was worth it. Okay. So, see, you need to understand one thing. For many people, the starting point, the trigger for why they want to try UX design is basically this dissatisfaction with what they're trying to do. It feels mundane or it feels like it's not for them and stuff like that. That's a trigger, okay? And that's why they want to try UX design, which is nothing wrong. I'm not saying it is wrong to try UX design, it is wrong to feel this particular trigger. What people are trying to do is exactly the same reasons because of which they landed into that particular situation in that existing career. The same mistakes they'll end up doing here as well. That's the problem. So what we'll do is, we'll try to first of all address what is the reason why the trigger is happening. How is it that that trigger cannot happen, will not happen if you get into UX, right? Which means, how are you even fit for UX design, right? What if you do, can you become a fit, or what if you are you a fit for UX design, right? Why is it not easy money because of this? Because for those who do not have those fundamental qualities, UX design is not for them. It won't work out for them, right? You need to have these fundamental qualities, and please don't misunderstand what these fundamental qualities are. It's very misunderstood that these you'll have to already be good at, probably drawing or these kind of things. Very misunderstood. But if you are simply thinking that, hey, you know what, I'll just learn one framework or a bunch of things and I'll just watch a bunch of videos or do a particular course, and then by the end of it, I'll automatically, go and get a job in a particular career, because all I have to simply do is just follow some instructions and in the end, I will get it. And I don't even have to code over here. I don't even have to learn any language and all. Since I anyway failed over there, all I have to do is simply learn a bunch of things and just do it, make some presentations or something like that, and I'll do. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that, right? We will avoid that. In other words, I can say, who makes it really easy money for? That's what will actually land it, right? So let's actually start talking about it, right? So trigger. See, first I have to tell you one thing. The reason why it did not work for you, the previous career option did not work for you, is because it is not for you. It is because you just landed in the situation just by randomness, right? Yes. Because all of us know, especially in India, you know the education system, you will have to, you have no clarity about what direction you want to go. There is no one who tells us what are some of the qualities you have and what might be a good option. Nobody, it's very difficult for us. right? Everyone just rushes into something which everyone thinks is successful. And therefore, you've landed in a random software job, right? But you have to understand one thing. Those who are actually very successful, even in the software industry, even in the IT industry, even in the developer industry, those people, if you actually go and talk to them, they will really love what they're doing.
Yes.
And don't misunderstand this as those people, and there's a huge misunderstanding here, in fact, is like, oh, you know what, somehow I have to start loving what I'm doing. Most fundamental thing, guys, whether it is your life, your personal relationships, or anything, you cannot force love. Love and force are opposite to each other. It cannot happen, right? See, you need to build your love from your own fundamental qualities, and you have to find something which matches those fundamental qualities. You'll automatically start loving it. And these people who are very successful, even in the tech field, have actually found this in that way. They found their love, they found their childlike self really working well with all the kind of play which they're trying to do. And they started seeing those results, and they naturally started being very valuable, and therefore they're making a lot of money. Right? And a lot of other people who simply go and see these people who are successful without understanding that it matches their fundamental qualities and they have done something towards their fundamental qualities and the love, they miss all these things and just go and do all these random stuff and face failure, right? But magically they think the same thing can work in UX design. In fact, in tech, at least you'll get a job. Whether you like it or not, at least you'll get some job, something you can do. In design, you won't even have that. Right? You either have job with a very good money or you don't have a job at all. It's not just for you, right? So first of all, it's a big myth to simply think that just directly you can plug and play and it randomly starts working over here. It just doesn't work, right? But
I have to ask this.
okay.
Whenever I see you are really happy.
Okay,
like doing,
yeah.
Loving whatever you're doing. Like,
Correct.
even though like in the rain you were just running and talking about design. So like
Yeah.
what makes you happy?
Yes. Good that you asked me, right? Firstly, a warning. I am happy because UX design is a very, very good match for me, right? That is the reason why I just simply love whatever I'm trying to do, and like I just do not feel like I'm working at all, right? But that should not be misunderstood as if at all I pick UX design, I'll also be this happy. Okay? That's a warning. First of all, we should not think that is how it works, right? Okay, fine. What I'll take your question as is, how did you reach this stage, right? You're so happy doing this. How did you even end up doing something where it just fulfills your heart and you just want to do it always and always want to talk about it? How did you reach that stage, right? Even I had no clue in the starting, right? I also just thought, okay, I'll have to probably find some random tech-related job. I'll have to probably just go and code, or probably, if not that, I'll probably have to go into some sales or marketing or something like that, where I thought, I thought that I will not have a great, because I was always a creative person, right? But I will not basically have any, proper career or something. I just thought like that, right? I never thought that some of the very, very fundamental skills of mine, because like I was always willing to tell stories. Whatever the format is in college, go tell stories, go present stuff. I just loved presenting stuff, right? Even like normal presentations which you used to give in your class, I used to take them very enthusiastically and like, hey, you know what? Let's present this in a very, very interesting manner. Let's establish the conflict in a good manner. Let's establish that rise. Let's establish that bang, right? I was always inspired, or it came very naturally to me that I'll have to go and tell very good stories. And I was also this one person who was like, I always want to have multiple different approaches. I was never satisfied with just one approach to something. Want to always try, want to always experiment, right? And because of my parents, because of especially my father, extreme positive attitude, right? I'm not worried about failing. Like, if not this, that, if not that, right? I was just simply not worried about, failure, right? Or rejections. So storytelling, not worrying about failure, basically going and doing experimentation, right? Thinking very creatively. I always found myself thinking visually.
How?
Basically, when I was studying physics, right? Whatever I could imagine visually, I did very well. Okay, even in mathematics, coordinate geometry, perfect. Trigonometry, it was not visual. I could not imagine. Initially, sine theta was actually a ratio between what a big pole over there and the shadow and all that stuff. I did well. The moment it crossed sine square theta plus whatever, it's gone. Right? So I always found this in myself that I was thinking visually and not enjoying stuff which is not visual. So first of all, when I understood these are all my fundamental qualities, what I went and did is, I went and saw, because of this, what am I naturally doing? I'm going and like participating in these plays and doing all these things. But then there is no career over there. I mean, there is some career, but it's not like very straightforward sitting in front of me. Like I keep saying, no, if you're like naturally playing cricket doesn't mean you have to become a cricketer, right? All you have to do is pull things backwards from that, understand your fundamental qualities and see if these fundamental qualities can become a good play into whatever career option you want to get into.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what I did in UX design. And you won't remember, I myself sat down, wrote on a white, like I still remember it was a ruled notebook. Like I kept like, no. I'm just wasting my time. Like this was my second job. In the first year, I shifted 2 jobs because I was not happy. That things are not working out. Like, no. I have to really understand myself, right? I had this paper, I sat down and I wrote down what my fundamental qualities are. I'm good at this, I'm good at this. I didn't even worry about whether it is related to any career or not. I just simply wrote down what I am. What am I? Because I knew that with this enthusiasm and with this creativity and with this all this thing, some business is going to get impacted.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Like businesses need these skills. How and all I don't know, but definitely they need it, right? So I wrote down those fundamental skills, and then what I did, I started mapping. Okay, if at all I learn coding, if at all I become a developer, if at all I become a product manager, right? When I started asking, oh, what are the options? Graphic designer, this, that. Someone said UI UX designer, right? Initially, web designer, UX designer, like you should also know certain bit of coding, right? I went and asked with them. First, when I was talking to a designer, he was coding something, and I said, dude, I think this, I don't remember, there was a font, probably it's Proxima Nova or something. Let's just imagine, right? Yeah, I think this is Proxima Nova, right? And I was like shocked, like how do you recognize a font by looking at it? I was like, yeah, isn't it so obvious? I said, dude, it's not obvious. Many people can't do this. And that's when it hit me. What if I am thinking my skills are very obvious and they're not actually obvious? What if for me it is obvious, but for others it's actually valuable? That's when it hit, man. Dude, probably I should try designing, right? And I'll cut short what happened after the probably later video, but that is why I'm so happy today. Because fundamentally, that is what I am, and I find my all fundamental qualities matching with whatever I do in design.
Yeah.
Right? You're building experiences, right? And I build experiences. I need to start thinking about people. I need to tell stories. I need to understand stories. That's what is happening, right? Now, when people do not do this and randomly try to get into it just by going and studying some double diamond process, just by going and randomly doing some card sorting or following a portfolio template, it won't work for them. Even if by chance they get a job, they won't succeed. That is the harsh reality of the industry. They cannot be valuable. You need to be a very good fit. You need to understand if it is really for you. Then it is actually easy money because you are not working hard.
Yeah.
It is easy for you.
It is obvious, so it becomes easy.
Yes. And that's why there's a big misconception that, hey, you know what? Thousands of people are applying and I'm standing in a line. There are thousands of people applying. So are they so stupid enough to just randomly select the top 3 people? This is not an IIT examination, dude. That's not how things work here, right? They can reject all the 1,000 people also. Or they might just keep all the 1,000 people aside and they talk to someone who seems to be a match for the kind of thought process they have. They select this person. And you will feel like, dude, this guy is not even standing in the line. This guy doesn't even have 7 projects, 3 UI, so 5 UX. Card sorting is also not there in this portfolio, right?
Yeah.
Looks like, what is this? That person doesn't even comb his hair properly, right? These are the kind of thoughts people have. And this is what I land this video with, right? People think that there is an assumed version of perfection which we'll have to reach to go and get that job. And that assumed version of perfection is very easy. That's why they think it is easy money.
Yeah.
in the design field, perfection, assumed version of perfection is just simply a formula which no one needs. People don't want machines. People need people who can think and make a difference. Right? These are the creative people. That means they can create out of the ambiguity which is presented in front of them. They should not act according to a standard procedure or a perfectionist aim. That's not what works. An expert is not this perfectionist. Expert who can deal with this ambiguity. That is what their creativity is. Right? If you can do this, then absolutely, it's easy money.
Yeah.
If not, you're gone. Right? Not for you. Right? So, I hope this works, and I hope definitely all of you also will be in the same path of realizing whether this is fundamentally going to fit you or not, right? I attach a workbook. Let's attach that workbook, Fundamental Qualities Workbook, as a part of this video in the description. Go for it, realize yourselves, understand whether this field is really for you or not. On yourself, just stop looking at everything else, understand yourself, and then take a step. If you love this, please subscribe and like this video, and definitely share this video to whomever you think should also get this message. Thank you.
Thank you.